The meta model is a set of questions designed to help you to explore the structure of someone's thinking, and these questions reveal the gaps, distortions or limitations in their thought process, which can then be used to challenge and reframe their beliefs. The distortions are the misinterpretations of reality. People may generalize or make assumptions that aren't accurate. For example, all people always let me down. But the question to ask is, how do you know all people always let you down? The generalization, when someone says always, never, or everyone, they're generalizing. So the question to ask is, can you think of a time when that wasn't true? And the deletions, these are things left out of the conversation. For instance, I'm not good at this. So the question to ask, what makes you say that you're not good at it? So an example would be, a person says, I always mess up when I try to speak in public. And you say, what do you mean by mess up? Can you recall a specific time when that happened? This uncovers more detail, and it challenges their belief by focusing on the specifics. Once you've used the meta-model questions to expose someone's limiting beliefs or their thought patterns, the next step is to reframe those beliefs. This is where sleight of mouth comes in. It's a set of techniques to change the meaning of what someone says in a positive direction. You can change the frame by taking the negative belief and framing it in a more positive way. For example, if someone says, I'm always nervous, you can reframe it. It sounds like you're feeling excited about the challenge. You could redefine it. You redefine a keyword in their statement. If someone says, I'm not good enough, you could say, good enough for what? And who determines what good enough means? Or counterexample, show that the belief isn't universally true. If someone says, I'm not good at technology, you could say, what about when you used that app last week to track your progress? Seems like you're doing great with that technology. So an example in action, a person says, I just can't handle stress. You say, what if stress could be a signal for growth and opportunity? After all, many people, they find that stress is just the body getting ready for action, like a muscle getting ready to lift weights. Milton Erickson was one of the pioneers of hypnotherapy. He used indirect language, metaphors and storytelling to guide people into trance-like states. This allows the unconscious mind to absorb messages without resistance. And here's how to integrate it. With metaphors and analogy, the power of nature. Imagine a calm lake. The surface is smooth and still, reflecting the sky. Much like how you can quiet your mind and allow your thoughts to settle. Unseen potential. Like a seed that grows in silence, your abilities, they're already within you. And as you allow yourself to relax, they start to emerge naturally. The embedded commands. These are hidden directives woven into a sentence. For example, in the sentence, you might feel how easy it is to relax and feel calm. The command is feel calm. The nested loops. This is storytelling technique, where you tell a story within a story, and within that, there's another embedded story or suggestion. It could go like this. I once knew someone who struggled to manage their thoughts, just like you might feel sometimes. But they found by slowing down, they could actually accomplish so much more. And as they learned this, they realized how much more energy they had to achieve their goals. After reframing, you'll want to keep the change in the unconscious mind solidified, and a pattern interrupt helps disrupt a person's current thinking or behaviour. It can lead them to consider something new. The key is to make them think about something in a completely new light. An example could be, isn't it fascinating how we can feel both relaxed and energised at the same time? What would happen if you didn't have to overthink every detail? Do you think that by slowing down, you can actually achieve more? Have you ever noticed how sometimes the less you focus on something, the clearer it becomes? These questions to make the person pause and reconsider their position. Throughout this entire process, it's important to maintain your own composure and calm. Your state of being will influence how the other person feels. People are highly sensitive to energy, and if you stay calm and composed, they'll feel more at ease and open to the suggestion. So your own state, as you practice these techniques, you'll find the more you focus on being present and breathing deeply, the more effective your influence becomes. The breath is like the anchor that keeps you grounded while guiding others. Once you've guided someone through these reframing steps, and they've had a moment of realization, you lock in the change by returning to a question. This is a subtle way to make them re-engage with a new belief. It helps seal the transformation into the unconscious mind. For example, after helping them reframe a limiting belief, you can say, when you think about it, doesn't it feel much easier now to see things in a new light? Can you imagine how much more powerful you could be just by embracing this change? This process is something you repeat again and again to make sure the new patterns and beliefs are cemented. Each time you engage with someone using these techniques, you reinforce the new beliefs and you make them more and more accessible to them. Over time, this creates a new reality for them. This approach combines subtle influence, language patterns, and deep understanding of human psychology to guide someone through a change in perception or belief. By focusing on reframing, slowing down the thinking process, and embedding new positive beliefs, you're creating powerful shifts that can significantly impact someone's life in a positive direction. The key is repetition, maintaining your own grounded energy, and consistently using these tools until the new beliefs become automatic and natural.